All right. And here he is. One of the clowns here. You know him from the Off the Rails show and always on the Triple Clowns. And that's right. It's Hollywood Tom from Tom and Tom Racing. The man who's too big for his britches, apparently. And we will go in big time Tom.
Big time Tom.
Tom, what's up? Thanks. I don't know if
Well,
thank
I
you
don't know
for
if I'm too
calling.
big. You put me in the big ass dirt mile when you said, hey, we're going to be talking about big asses. I thought we were talking about something else, not a horse race, but or is it saying something about me that I'm a big ass? You know, being too big for my britches. But thanks for having me up, guys.
Yeah, well, listen, just remember you are a big ass. But AJ will always be a bigger ass. So
He will take that title.
so
Is he? Well, when is he going to start singing "I love big asses"? I cannot lie. That's
I like big butts, and I cannot lie. Give a little respect to Sir
Sir
Mix-a-Lot,
Mix-a-Lot.
please.
Oh, please.
Oh boy. No, well, this is great day. I was up at Parks, saw the first race, repping Degen Nation, the clowns shaking hands, talking to trainers, owners, jockeys, seeing what we can do for them, what they can do for us. So always repping, even on a whatever today is, a Wednesday during the day. Kenrick came in with a easy winner on the favorite. So I'm here. We're going to talk about the big ass dirt mile, which I think is one of the easiest races of the day. You want me to be the leadoff hitter here?
start it off, brother.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm not going to try to be cute here. There's a lot of races that I think we could see some prices. This is not one of them. This is a race that it should play out how it's going to play out. And that's with the favorites. I'm not going to try to get a foreign horse here or anything. I'm going to give you three horses, and it's going to be my trifecta. I think that I'd be silly, obvious, to take out Life is Good. Todd is the man. I know a lot of people, not mentioning any names, but he might be a clown, said he's not a great California trainer, but I don't think that matters. I like Life is Good before the Derby, before he couldn't go in the Derby. It's a good horse, and hey, you know what? I'm Hollywood Tom. Life is good. That's my motto. I think that he's got great speed. He's got excellent workout the other day. I was reading somebody online, and they said, oh, well, he's shipping cross country. You know what? Horses don't know time zones. They don't know that. I think that was one of the most asinine comments that I've seen for trying to break down this race. Life is Good is definitely going to be on my ticket. Great speed. Another horse that I would be remiss to take off of my ticket is Silver State. Silver State came in second in the Parks Dirt Mile, right up the street here. Unfortunately, he finished second to Mind Control, another Fletcher horse. But Silver State, that's another horse that I've been following. Shout out to Gas Station Suchi, Silver State, Nevada. Love Gas. It was nice enough to host us at his Kentucky Derby party. So hopefully he will be joining us in the next couple weeks. But Silver State, a lot of people are giving Steve a hard time lately. He did not have the greatest Keeneland meet. You know what? I think that's nonsense. Silver State's a good horse. He's definitely going to be on my ticket. And the third horse is Ginobili. Talk about a horse that loves to run at this track. This horse I think Dick has put him on a layoff primarily for this race. The horse, I think, he finished all, but he won that Pat O'Brien easily. This race is rather simple, I think, and I'm going 1-3-5.
Yeah. Well, what do you have?
All right. Well, I'm going heavy on Ginobili. I'll say it right off the bat. I'm going heavy on it. Horse for the course, obviously. Just looks great and just looks like the horse is peaking. I always want to poke holes in Silver State. I really do. I want to be like, mile, is that your best distance? Okay, you won at Belmont. Okay, it's a whole different track, that mile at Belmont than it is here. But the horse just wins. Santana. It's
Yep,
cold
all
as
but
hell.
one out of 13 times he's finishing the money.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
All but one of them.
yeah, I mean, he's, it's hard to disregard him. Seemed like he was ducking at first. Got beat by Nick Go, didn't look good there. But that was a mile and an eighth. I mean, I don't know. But I'm gonna put him in a ticket. I'm gonna put him in a ticket and I'm gonna fade Life is Good. I think we're making way too much of a big deal about this horse that we thought was gonna be great. Jackie's Warrior just, smacked him that time. And listen, Jackie Warrior is gonna be a big bet of mine in the thing coming up, and that's nothing to be shake a stick at that you got beat by Jackie's Warrior. I'm gonna try to fade him here. I'll probably put him on a ticket, but I do think it's a 3-horse race with what you said, Tom. Definitely. And that's it.
So you playing 1 through 5?
I might have enough money, I will, but I'll go 1-3 and fade. Life is Good.
1
for now.
3. All right. Fading Life is Good. AJ, who do you like?
I'm not going to fade Life is Good, but he's going to be there. That win in the Kelso was so unimpressive. So very unimpressive in that 4-horse field. And
He
the
beat
competition.
Kentucky Derby winner.
Okay, well, I'm talking about the Kelso, dude. Not when he was back with Baffert, 8
Fair
months
enough.
ago. I'm talking about right now. And I just said I'm gonna have him on the ticket. So before I even started, you came at me for no reason. So that being said, that
By the way,
Kelso,
everybody, looking for Off the Rail, where you can
Yeah.
see these guys talk to each other.
so what I'm saying is going into this race, I don't think you leave him off the ticket, but if you're going to try exotics, you can beat him. Because I don't think he's a world beater. I don't think 4 to 5 is right, because that 4-horse field he beat at the Kelso was abysmally bad. Fort Peck and W Blessed,
Agreed.
you're lucky if you'll ever hear those names again up there in Naira. I mean, the Fort Peck came back and got 8th in another stakes race. I mean, he's not a good
I think
horse.
they're running at Finger Lakes. So yeah, I agree.
Yeah. I mean, that field is terrible. So when you see him win by 5 lengths at a mile, which is great if you're trying to beat him, because he might get even more money, because when you look at what he's done the last couple of times, and he beat Medina and he finished by a neck to Jackie's, yada. I don't want to leave him off the ticket because he still might be a pretty good horse, because it's only his 3rd time running since the layoff and leaving, in Pletcher's barn. That being said, Ginobili, by far the best, I think, in this race. If I'm going to single any horse in a sequence, I am leaning towards Ginobili right now, being one of those singles. If you're going to go deeper elsewhere, the whole structure might change. But Ginobili is on a tear, and he's on a tear at Del Mar, which is huge, because guess where we're running? We're running at Del Mar. And at 4 to 1, love it. I'm with Randy where I always kind of want to pick holes into Silver State's game. That being said, when he ran at Saratoga in the Whitney without Lasix, did not look great. Came back, won at Parks with Lasix. And he won the Met Mile without Lasix as well. But there's something about this horse I just don't want to trust. And me being a Naira guy, I watched him crush at Oaklawn Park, and then came up to beat by my standards of Mischievous Alex, who are good milers, I guess, but not great. And then when he went against the top of the top in Nixico and Maxfield, he got kind of killed. That being said, I'm going to go back to an oldie as a long shot in this race. Can anybody guess who it is?
Snapper?
It is 8 Rings.
I was gonna say 8 rings. Yeah.
I'm going to give him a shot, because he might not take money, but he has been training very well. Granted, at Santa Anita, and we are at Del Mar. But look, we all talked very critical of Dr. Shivel when he won the Bing Crosby, came back and then won again. 8 Rings, I think, might be a competitor in this. And if you're looking to get a price, because there's not a lot of prices to get here, it's Ginobili, Life is Good, or Silver State. Realistically, if you're looking for a price to throw in there, I think it's 8 Rings.
Yeah, that's not bad. I kind of
Training like a monster. We saw him that day actually training.
Yeah.
Jacobs Vertical Threat was the one that ran another 58, and he was faster. So 8 Rings
Yeah, I don't
Training.
think I
Baffert.
kind of looked at 8 rings a bit too. But
Stafford trained his horses really hard, so not surprising,
Yeah.
but yeah, 8 rings, go back to form. We're waiting for it.
we'll see. All right. I have the exact same picks as Tom. I would play Ginobili on top, but I am taking Silver State, and then of course Life is Good. If
It's
you
my
just
picks too.
feel like, well,
You can
you're
take Life
trying
is
to
Good.
fade
Yeah.
Life is Good. But yeah, I just think those might be the 3 best horses in this field. And it's funny that people are questioning Life is Good coming back. I mean, Life is Good destroyed Del Mar and his maiden.
Yeah.
They went to Santa Anita, a shipped to Saratoga, where he got second to a neck to Jackie's Warrior, and then went to Belmont to win.
So
So
Baffert as a 2-year-old, right? Baffert as a 2-year-old, and he destroyed it at Del Mar. Wow, that's weird. Well, that makes him a great horse.
yeah, but I think this horse is
Well, the
He
argument you
buys-
have as a 3-year-old is the Jackie's Warrior race,
yeah.
which I think is a legit argument.
Yeah,
That's why I would not leave it off either. Yeah.
Yeah, right. Exactly. So 1, 3, 5, like I said, depending on how I play it, I would play the 3 on top.
And a quick correction, AJ, Silver State didn't win at Parks, ran second.
Thank you. No, he lost to mind control.
No.
What I said. Did I
You
say
said he
that?
won
He
at
didn't have the
Parks.
greatest break.
He won it. You said he
I
won
feel
it.
like
No,
he-
I was talking about the Whitney. I didn't say anything about Parks.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did, but it's okay.
No, I said he
That's okay.
won at Belmont in the Met Mile, and then got smoked by Nick
It's
Sko
okay.
and Max.
It's on tape. You might
Go to
not
the tape. Go to the tape. I don't
okay,
think
it's
I mentioned
okay.
anything. I did not
Okay.
say Parks.
It's all
won.
right.
To
AJ.
the
I
tape.
didn't
All right.
though.
You did. I
I
didn't
was
want to be
referring
rude
to the
and
Met
interrupt you.
Mile. I never said anything about Parks.
Tom, is there any other race you're looking forward to this weekend?
Of course, the Classic. I think that's gonna be a fun race, and a couple of the juveniles, because we're seeing so many horses now that are being retired to stud at 3 and 4, and hopefully if we are lucky enough to see some of these juveniles, might be running for a few years. So it's going to be, I think as we discussed on the show, a couple shows, that not 100% jazzed up for the entire card, but it will have its peaks and valleys this year.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I'm kind of leaning more towards the horses coming over from Europe and Japan. I'm excited to see how some of these Japan horses do. I think my picks, at least for Saturday, are pretty heavy on these horses that are coming in.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's a good.
Absolutely.
I still don't know what everyone's talking about. You're not jazzed up for this card. I am stoked for this card. I mean, I finally get to see Bella Sophia and Gamine. I get to see EQ versus Nick Sko. I'm interested in every single one that's happening. I don't know why you're not jazzed up.
Yeah. Well, I just think it could end up being chalk heavy.
Well, is it ever though?
No, that's the thing.
No,
I feel like
Breeders'
this
Cup
year
is
has
one
more-
that kind of throws
I feel like this year has more of a chance, but
Yeah.
But it's an interesting thing what you said before we go real quick. When you said, like, when you look at these juveniles and things like that, I wonder if that's what's going on with horse racing, that they're losing momentum, because, like, what are we going to see? These 2-year-olds going to run another year if they're good?
And then that's it.
And that's-
I certainly hope not, and that's kind of my hope that we won't. It's kind of like just watching a minor league baseball player grow into oh wow, I saw him at AAA, now he's in the majors. That's what I consider these juveniles, but I'm hoping they're not going to be retiring at 4 and 5, unfortunately. But that's what we're seeing. And
Well, I mean, we're losing.
Yeah, that's
we're
the
losing.
trend.
How many
Well-
this year that are 3-year-olds?
Real quick too, I do think if you had a governing body that was able to say a horse cannot retire to stud until after 4,
They just
and that's a whole different conversation for a
Well,
whole
they
different
would-
day.
yeah, I know, but they would sit out for the 3-year-old year. They would just sit out.
yeah,
But yeah, if
Yeah.
after I mean, but would you get the better fee after just winning the juvenile, when we all know the juvenile is not necessarily the end all tell all for those? I think if you had the body that we've been talking about for a long time, and obviously this is no way going down kind of with the breeders. I mean, it's about them. What I'm saying is, if you had the body
Yeah.
that regulated everything, like we want them to regulate the medications, we want them to regulate everything in horse racing, whether it be from a gambling aspect or even what's going on. Do you think someone's going to run it too if they have the champion and then not go to at least the Derby? where
Well, those three, I'm not saying-
that breeding that money could double just by winning the Derby.
Well, no one's gonna say they're retiring at 3 years old. We're saying 4 years old.
That's what I'm
Right.
saying. If you had a rule where you couldn't retire a horse to stud and make money off it, and there's a lot of regulations that go into it, but if you had a one body that regulated everything, that said a horse can't retire to stud until 4 years old, or until
Before, that's what they
after
do, though.
okay,
Yeah, and that's
after his
After a
4-year-old,
four-year-old
after
period,
his
Fine,
you're
so
saying.
fine.
after 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, but
Yep. So-
there's ways of, you know what they'd have to do now thinking about it, because they would just sit out for the year and they'd have the same amount of money. They would just be like, okay, we won't stud. We just say the horse is like lame.
I don't.
It-
I think you'd see a lot
it would
a bigger
actually-
drop in money, and that
No, you
would
give them,
win.
here's what you do. You give an incentive from the breeders.
If you're
to
running a
do that.
4.
That's what I'm
If
saying.
you raise it
But this
4,
all stems from a
it's
governing body to make these regulations,
Right.
and that's how it happens.
I mean,
Yeah.
this is a show in itself. I mean, this
Yeah,
is,
that's what I
Yeah,
mean. I
exactly.
like
That's a whole
this is the
nother
Breeders'
thing.
Cup show. Let's not get into that.
You know,
Yeah.
it's I think why a lot of people like Snapper in this big ass dirt mile. He's 6 years old. He's I think he's the as the kids say, the sexy choice, and maybe one of the reasons is because he's been around the block a time or two.
Yeah.
I don't think he's going to win, but if he does win, I'm not going to be. He's the old man of the field.
Yeah, going back to dirt. I thought that's where AJ was going when he said that.
So did I.
Yeah, I did. I thought he was
Which
going
one?
there. Snapper Sinclair.
So did I.
Oh no.
Well, guys, thanks for having me on. I know you guys are taping a lot. Just Tuesday, AJ and I do something that not many other people do. I don't think anybody's breaking down Parks cards, Delaware cards, Woodbine, Delta Downs. We do off the rail on Tuesday nights at 7. Everybody does the big tracks. AJ and I do the small tracks. Every once in a while, we even hit for a big ticket. So
Where are we going
that-
Tuesday?
I haven't decided yet.
Okay,
We'll see how we did at Parks today.
fair
We'll
enough.
see how we did
Good
at Parks
point.
today. Maybe we'll hit Woodbine. But no, guys, I'll let you get going. I know you've got a full slate of people to interview. Appreciate you having me on and looking forward to this getting released.
All right.
Yes. Good luck. Good luck, Tom. Thanks for jumping on.
All right. Talk to you guys
Hey,
later.
Tom.
Good luck. All right. Bye.
Good job.